thank you for having us for our lightning talk. I'd like to introduce myself, Lucy Moore, my colleague Richard Nevell, and our silent partner, Fran Allfrey. We recently wrote an article called Forging the Medieval on Wikipedia, and we're here to give you a brief summary of its contents. So here we are in our glory. We are all archaeologists and academics and also Wikimedians. So we brought our talents together to think about how information on Wikipedia shapes the medieval world. And I should specify it's English Wikipedia that we're talking about.
So when we started this research, we wanted to look at the strengths of Wikipedia and see where its areas, see where its content could be improved by the intervention of researchers. We wanted to help people understand how they could bring their skills and their knowledge to the general public through Wikipedia itself. And our aim with this talk is to distill a few of those ideas and give you the information you need to then take to researchers and say, this is why you should be working with Wikipedia. One of our case studies was about the Black Death, so this pandemic that took place in the 14th century. Well, one of the key things is that in 2020, when the COVID-19 pandemic was really getting underway and at its height, people were going to Wikipedia and looking up information about the Black Death. And the understanding of the past can shape their understanding of the present. And I think a really important thing as well is that looking at past events can give people hope. That can be through medical incidents such as this, responses to disasters like earthquakes, or just feed curiosity. There's a lot of benefits in enhancing content about the past.
So another case study that we looked at was looking at pages that related to the Viking Age, and specifically the page related to the Viking Age on English Wikipedia. And one of the things that we discovered was that back when the page, kind of was created in 2001, it actually had more of a global perspective than it does now. And this could be due to a range of factors. It could be due to the fact that this is just on English Wikipedia and there weren't other language Wikipedias quite at that point. It could also be due to perhaps a changing political climate that makes us more Anglo-centric, certainly more Eurocentric. And I think it's important for us to think about how the knowledge is changing, particularly with really popular subjects like the Vikings, subject of huge TV series, and just to think constructively about what we're doing with that content.
Our co-author, Fran, looked at the English Wikipedia article on Old English literature. And it was a really interesting case study. She found that a lot of the content had kind of solidified around some older publications, and there was less room for newer pieces of research coming through. Old English literature has a lot written about it. It's a very large topic. So it's easy for this kind of establishment of texts to become official, both within academia and within the public sphere as well, which is what Wikipedia is, which makes it harder to bring through those new perspectives, the work of new researchers, people who might bring through feminist and queer perspectives. That is a really clear gap in the article on Old English literature. So that is something which we would like to see addressed. Use researchers and their areas of expertise to bring through the new stuff and make sure that Wikipedia articles aren't telling the same old stories, just repeated over and over again. Research and information should be a constant dialogue, a constant cycle of bringing forth new information and seeing how that affects previous interpretations and understandings.
So there's a lasting significance, as we all know, for the content that we produce on Wikipedia. Large language models ingest wiki content, and we can see that being reproduced in a whole range of different areas online. We also wanted to highlight that there is an increasingly hostile environment to some researchers, and that there will be international impact of this going forward decades as fewer people are able to publish and produce this, groundbreaking research that can change how we view the world. And we really need this relationship with people who are producing knowledge so that we can reproduce that knowledge and it to be spread more equitably everywhere. Do have a read of our paper, and many thanks to everyone who's come and watched.